Good day, Savita.
Here you are, Treb.
Yes, I am here. And you are here, and this is a very great time.
It is. It is very not confusing. It is very different time.
Yes, I know that there are many things that you wish to connect to, but I also know that you wish to connect to this entity that is very deeply connected to you. Which of these concepts do you prefer to explore? The entity that you wish to connect to, or would you wish to connect to questions within your own self to myself?
I did not get it. Just say it again, please, Treb.
Yes! The question would be that if you wish to connect to this entity, or if you are wishing to ask a question of myself before you connect to this entity, this is your choice.
Yes. As you know, Treb, I'm very much connected to you. I mean, you know it. I don't have to say it. I mean, I have no words to say it. I mean, you are my mentor. I keep you on a very high place, So, again, my gratitude to you. And as my guide, as you always did, always guided me to in my life's process, I know you never give advices, you never tell us what to do, but from deep, from my heart, I want your input about I'm still not able to let go of the stuff. I know life I think um I'm not able to trust the universe, about the relationship I'm going through right now, this relationship, I think it's already broke with my husband, but in 3D terms it is broke, but in universal terms we all are connected. It hurts.
Yes! And which of these ideas do you wish to explore? Are you looking for the concept of what I can share with you to assist you in this concept?
Yes, with that, what you can share with me, I find myself on a very positive place, but still there is something stuck in me. There is these emotions, these human emotions. I'm concerned about him. No, I want him. I want him to be okay. No, I know universe take care of everybody. I know that, but still, I care for him.
Yes, the love that you share with this entity is very great. It is not the same love that you perhaps could perceive it to be, and this is what is concerning you. This idea of loving this entity, but also not resonating with this entity in the same breathing or the same breath, can be a very difficult and confusing concept for humanity. There is a capability to love entities on many existences in many levels. If you are able to appreciate who this entity is, if you are able to love this entity for what he is, if you are able to perceive this entity in a term that is not negative, then you are truly loving this entity. The idea of connecting through your own happiness is the concept that we should look in this area. If you are not happy in your day-to-day existence while you are co-creating with this entity, there are two roads or two paths that you can take that can offer relief from this idea. It is to continue to connect to this entity and express the things that he is doing that does not resonate with you, and then there is the idea of separation. Let us explore both of these concepts. If you are looking at co-creating with this entity, expressing your own heart of what does not resonate with him to you, there is also two paths that vary out from this. The very first path is, let us express that this entity does not change. Let us express that this entity is not willing to connect to any other concept and continues with the actions and interactions that he is. Then you are going down a road that is continuously non-resonant to you. Then you are going through the same experiences that are causing discomfort and non-alignment at this time. This is one of the two roads of this one area. The second road is that he does change, that things do change within him. But when you look at the concept of this change being a change, this change will only be made because he wishes to appease you. And this means that he is stepping outside of his own alignment to provide for you, to make you happy. And what this is a giving away of self so that he may comfort another. And this is what we've expressed previously that can be very detrimental to the human experience. If you are connecting with him and loving him, then it is very known in your own mind and own heart that you do not wish to change anyone. You love them for who they are and how they are connected. So this is the path of staying and connecting. But if you leave, if you go down another road, then there is only one path. There is the path of exploring your own self, your own connections, your own way to explore and to connect outward to other entities, but more so within yourself. If you choose the path of leaving, this can go one of two ways, but it is on one path. It is either a resonance with complete self, a finding of oneself, a happiness, or a disconnection, which the probability of disconnection is very low because of your own mindset and your own beliefs and your own agreement to stay within a specific vibrational setting. So all of these things must be considered. Now, if you are asking my own experience, let us express, as I do not offer advice to any entity, I will express this concept. In the human experience, I have been a human before. The entity who sits upon this chair is a previous version of myself. So I am able to access and experience his existence. And as he has went through something that is very similar to this, continue to either give away from himself to make another entity happy, or ask this entity to give away of herself to make him happy, this is a very difficult concept. It can bring much great lessons in your own existence, but as a human, I was not able to perceive this concept. As a human, I was not able to say, this entity giving away her own self to make me happy can be a positive experience as a learning thing, or my own suffering for giving away myself is a very positive thing. So, as I was not able to perceive the larger ideas of this in the moment, it was very difficult for me to explore these ideas. And then when the time came and the energy was enough for me to make a change, then the change was being made. And this is the concept that I struggled with as a human. What experience do I wish to have? Do I wish to go down the road that is of non-resonance and continue until I either resonate at a level in which I am not now in a lower way or a higher way? And this is the difficulty in the expression. So if I am a human and I am through the same experience, you have already seen what choice I have made. I have made the choice to leave and to go into a pathway of separate from the road that did not resonate.
I understand, Trab, and I know it is time. I know, um, I know it is the limit of my flexibility. I understand that sometimes, when you tell people to learn to swim and they don't want to swim, then life just throw them in the water. They will swim, So I understand this is, I mean, sticking to him, hindering my growth and his growth both. So I understand this is a good decision. It's a healthy decision. It's a positive decision. But being human, I think we have really hard time letting go. Plus, another thing is that I am concerned about him. I, I care about him. I know. I mean, it's so difficult on me that I have to throw him out of the house, which is hurting me. In my head, I keep on thinking that, oh, you know how about he he just, he just learn to be responsible. How about he just, we maturely sit together and decide the future, how, why can't we do it in a positive way, and I know, as I feel uncomfortable in his presence, I know he does feel uncomfortable in my presence too. We are two different entities now. We do not vibrate at the same level. And I know the anger, the grudges, the negative thing he's holding in his heart for me, this is bad for him. But this is his own journey. And when I see him as a he does not look very high vibrational. I just see him as a defeated person, because that shows from his gestures, that shows from his aura, and I care about him, and I want to help him. I just
Yes, the concept of helping this entity. When you are looking at this idea and examining this concept, there is a love that is there. But do you believe that teaching him a responsibility, teaching him how to look into the future, teaching him to become more of what you believe that he should be, in a way of not only being a man, but also being a father and being a husband? Do you believe that all of these concepts that you are seeing in your mind is truly going to help him? Do you believe that this will help him in an existence in which he is choosing to have many lessons? Do you believe that that lesson in itself is one that would benefit him?
I mean, I tried Trab. I tried talking to him. I tried telling him everything, but he doesn't open up. He's just closed in a shell, and I just care about him. It's I really want that. I wish I can see the future, and I'll be comfortable that he'll be okay. I think that's what I need, confirmation that if you can, I don't know, maybe you can give me the percentage that he will be okay after that. He will be happy after that.
Yes, I am able to touch his energy as it touches yours. I am not able to look deeply into this concept, but as your energies are co-creative and have stayed connected for a very long time, I am able to see many probabilities. Within this energy, he is focusing on negativity. With this energy is focusing on things that are not positive. So in this area, the highest percentage rate is one that takes more than 1.5 years to come reconnect to himself. And this is very hard for you to hear. This is very difficult for you to hear. But in this area, this will not always be the same. The concept is, because you are seeing him as very difficult to have happiness, because you see him as perhaps broken in a slight way of not being able to be happy, you are also adding to the co-creation of this. If you are able to look at him in a way that says, being in your own environment with your own beliefs, in your own excitements, and not being responsible and not being open and connecting is what makes this entity happy, and helping accept this within your own self, you will help co-create another experience. But I also wish, more so than any concept, to look into the idea that in this area of growth, in this area of what it is to be okay, this is a very wide definition. Within your own perception, to be okay is to be happy, to be emotionally wealthy, to be abundant in your own excitements and happinesses. But this is not truly a definition of okay. If you are looking at the concepts of will he be okay if in 1 year he is hit by a car and both of his legs are removed, he is still okay. Even though it does not seem to be a fun experience, even though it does not seem to be an exciting one, all of these paths are growing. And if even he was having a death, a physical death, in a 1 year time period, then he is still okay. He is able to be eternal, enjoying any experience that he chooses. And I know that you are very aware of all of these concepts mentally, but to try to integrate them into the heart more deeply, to understand that even if he becomes hooked on drugs, even if he becomes very violent, even if he is depressed for 10-year area, this is still a very needed process. This is a co-creation of himself with whoever else agrees to co-create with him.
You're right. You're right, Trav. Actually, you are. Another thing, another question, real quick, and then we please can connect with Khazar. Another question,
Yes!
I want to ask real quick is if you can see the blockages in my aura and tell me where I need to work more.
Yes! One moment, please, as I connect to this energy. Yes! Within your own energy, the blockages that we previously spoke of are becoming less and less, but there is a new blockage within the area. It is not a new blockage, it is a less flow of energy that is going to the area of the throat. It is very difficult to connect to the concepts of what is in your heart to the mouth, as many entities in your experience now begin to be very resistant to communication, and this causes a frustration with you. I wish to express to you within dealing with this concept, you must experience the idea that in this energy, in the way that it is co-created with the collective consciousness, as well as it is co-created with you and individuals, the energy is very difficult for many human entities to connect to, very difficult for them to manipulate their own energy within the ascensional energy. So, in this concept of others closing themselves or others not communicating with you in the way that you wish to be communicated with, try to have a more deep patience within your own self for these other entities, because the belief systems of the collective allow that all things that are difficult must be gone through in a personal manner, that you cannot share your heart and your concepts with others as you are going through difficulties. This is being released. And even though it seems that more communication is being shut down, in fact, it is quite the opposite. Many communications are beginning to open up. So, if you wish to help remove this beginning of area of blockages within the throat area, what you can do to help assist yourself as well as others is to express things very verbally. If an entity has been connected to you and is having a difficult time communicating, to open the line of communication, not worrying if it will offend, not worrying if it will hurt. And you are doing this in a practice that is very great, but doing this even more so in a way that will help open this dialogue. And when they are resistant, express to them that you understand why they are resistant and that you love them, and this will help the assistance. It is understood that your overall vibration energy is very similar to the time that we have previously spoken and expressed this, and that the energy is overall the same, but it seems to be different or less happy or less vibrational because of the perceptions of the experience that you are going through. This is not a true lowering of vibration, it is only an expression of the experience that you are using.
Mhm. I have my days. Some days I am so vibrationally uplifted. I just wake up with so much of love for myself, and some days I just feel, So this is this is like every day is different. That's what it is.
Yes, and the
Mhm.
energy and the time that you are in within this moment is very different from the energy in which we begin to speak, and it
Mhm.
will be very different in the way that the energy is at the end of our conversations.
Mhm. Okay, Trab, because we have limited time now, so can we call in Khazar? I really want to talk to him. Please.
Yes! One moment, please, as I connect to this entity. Greetings, Savita.
Hi. How are you?
I am very excited and very grateful to be with you.
I'm also. I. Do you hear me when I talk to you?
I hear you not only when you speak to me, but as your emotions come out, as your emotions connect. I am feeling you very deeply and very strongly in every moment. We are connected very strongly.
Tell me, what is your name?
My name, in the way it is pronounced phonetically, is Kar Nestar.
But Kar Nestar is a name for your civilization also, right?
The civilization is Kar Nestar.
Okay, civilization is Kar Nestar, and your name is?
The name is Kar Nestar. It is slightly different.
Okay. Did I see you, Kar Nes? I call you Khazar.
That is
I
acceptable. It is very phonetically similar.
did I meet you ever?
You have met me in non-physical state several times. Physically, I have not been able to connect that bridge.
So non-physically, that means in my sleep state or in my astral state?
Exactly.
In my sleep states?
Both of these, sleep state, astral state, every time that you present yourself as your higher entity, as your higher self, as your higher vibrational frequency that is within your fractal consciousness, this is where we connect.
So these things, as a human, I do not completely perceive all these things. So um, our connection is a new connection, or it has been there.
It has always been there. The only reason that your perception was not able to pick up or receive this transmissions or this frequency that we connect on is been because you are not in the same vibrational frequency to receive it. As you've seen, my counterpart entity, Blah Nezhar, as you've seen this specific thing, it opened up much energy to you. It reminded you of the entity of our own race, of our own energy and its connection within it.
So that means I exist in your own race too.
Yes, you are a part of our race. Your consciousness, as well as fractals of the Oversoul, are in the race that we have.
So you connect to that entity, that's why you connect to me.
I connect to both of you as you are one, as me and you are one also. I am within the Oversoul of yours. You are in my Oversoul. And the entity who is the future version of you is also within this Oversoul.
Why I don't I when I sleep, I wish that when I see you, I remember seeing you. Um, but when I wake up, I never remember seeing you. Sometimes you are in my thoughts. Sometimes I just get busy in my life, and I truly wish uh, to uh, to open the communication with you so I can talk to you. We can as a human, we can grow into this relationship, and know each other more and learn from each other. And I know in my heart that you are my true well-wisher. I know you help me. I know my heart know that. It's uh, so awaken draw you. Do you look like that?
It is very similar. The lips are slightly different. There's a thinner transition on the lip area. There's also slightly more ovular eyes. And this is a little bit of a separation, but it is very similar in physical appearance. I wish to ask you a question if this is acceptable.
Please, please, please,
Do you
please.
remember within 1 month period in a dream state, you had a dream state of being in an area with small animals, and one of these animals was perhaps a lizardish animal, a frog or a lizard?
No, I don't remember.
This dream was a representation. The way that the dream state works in human consciousness is slightly different.
Hold on. I remember one dream. Some lizardish, some entity was kissing my forehead, and something like that. Are you
This
talking about?
this dream state is also connected to myself. This dream state is a representation of a non-physical meeting that we have. This forehead kiss is an energetic flow that goes to the third eye. As you connect to me, your crown chakra, your third eye begin to open more clearly. You begin to have more energy pouring in through the crown chakra so that you are able to receive much information and much connection to us. We don't want to stomp upon your toes, but we do want you to understand that if you wish to connect to us, we may help assist this connection more energetically and non-physically.
I know because my heart knows that. I know that you are there for me. I know it. Um, I know that you want to help me, and I see you as my um as my great friend. You know, I do.
I am your great friend. I am you, and you finding yourself as your greatest friend is what is helping you release much of the negative energy that remains in the belief systems that you carry still. The acceptance of your own self, being your own best friend, is what truly has helped release this. Those mornings that you spoke to the reptilian entity that you speak to often, when you express to him that sometimes you wake and sometimes your energy is very loving for your own self. This is what activates the energy. This is what helps you find connections to all of us. And the more that you have decided to love yourself, the more that you dare to love yourself, the more you feel this connection with us. Synchronicity has played a part in all delayments in our communication. There's a very difficult scheduling continuity with the entity that you connect to that does this channeling process. And this is not for an accident. This is very intentional. The energy that you carried before was not proper. There's a large event that took place in your evening last night energetically that helped also facilitate this for this day.
I wanted to ask you so many questions, Khazar. I've been thinking about it. Oh my God, I'm gonna connect to you. I'm gonna ask you so much, and right now I'm just so I don't know. You ask me questions.
You are very content, and I love that you are content. And this is very great. If you allow me to ask questions, there are some that I will have for you.
Please do.
In this struggle that you have with the relationship that you are now transitioning through, this struggle of love, what is the process of thought that comes along with such a difficult time releasing the energy? It, it's understood the perceptions of love that you carry are different than the ones that we carry. So this idea of what love is in a way is very difficult for humans because there's so many levels of love. There's so many kinds of love. When with us there is only one kind of love. But in this different level of love or different perception of love, what makes it so difficult to release this energy or separate?
Because we have old beliefs, because that's why we grow up. Marriages, which is three dimensional thing, which I mean, I started understanding now that these marriages are the three-dimensional thing. It needs to go away. So we grew up with that, our society, our human beliefs. We have the strong beliefs that you are there together. You have to be there together no matter what. And I think, personally, I think I know in my heart that universe take care of everybody. I need to have um more I mean, I, I understand, my heart understand universe take care of everybody, but then also I'm holding on to it, that how can I it's a soft part of my heart, because we've been connected. I was a young girl when I met him, and now it is, um I care about him because we humans see this world in three-dimensional eyes. For us, things are there as we see it, you know. So although we know that everything happens on energy level and then it manifests, but we as a human, we see what happens first. Like we see this, whatever happening, whatever manifested, like my house, this thing is real, which is real, but we don't understand that this happen the manifestation happens before long before it happened, so I just care about him. I just there are too many emotions which comes in. I'm holding on to it. I need to have more trust in the universe. The universe will take care of him, but then also, this is how we humans are. you know
Yes.
we don't dare to be free, probably. It's a fine line between type 1 and type 2. So that's what going on in my heart, that if I give up, if I think about my own happiness, then I am being mean to him. So loving me at the cost of hurting and harming somebody, that's not right. I being selfish and mean because I am thinking about myself only. I
Yes, but you do understand that that perception is not always. It is only from a perception. There is no truth in the way that you see anything. So seeing it this way is only because you are allowing yourself to see it in this way. But you have another part of you, another portion of you that sees it for exactly what your heart is telling you, which is my happiness is very important and I cannot control the emotions or perceptions of others.
That is true. But I learned over this course of period that your happiness does not depend on others. Your happiness, your true happiness is inside you. So,
Yes,
so how can I say that I'm not happy with him? If this is the scene, then this whole concept is wrong. So if I'm
yes.
happy in my heart, I am happy no matter what the situation and condition brings me.
Yes, and this perception is becoming more true in your heart. And this is why the second question that I wish to ask you on this subject is you are seeing it as when you leave this entity that he is now separated and you hope that he is okay as you let him into the universe, you hope that the universe will provide for him. But in this concept, you are also assuming that when you disconnect from him, that you are no longer connected to him. And this is also understood by your heart to not be true. You are always connected with him because you care for him, because you have the love for him as who he is in a human. You will always be connected to this entity as you are connected to even the ones that you do not care for and love, but you are connected more deeply to him because you share that common love, because you accept that he is an entity who is a soulmate, because you have connected for so long from your heart and care for this entity. He will never be separated from you. Your love will always affect him in a positive way.
Thank you so much, Cornerstar. I'm having feeling that you are a true friend. The friend who was there, who knows what's going on in my heart, and who came to help me to um to comfort me. To make me understand these concepts more, because I think you have an idea that I'm struggling with myself.
Yes. I have been there for a long time, and as soon as you open up to my energy, there are moments in where you become frustrated, but almost instantly you feel a lightening. Almost instantly you feel from very low to very average, and then you become high. I help you, assist you in that, bringing energy from very low to okay, and to feel acceptable, and to feel accepted of the thoughts that you are carrying. My vibration always joins yours at this time. It always connects to you, as does the entity Bla Zirha. He is always connecting to you also, connecting with the energy in the heart. And this energy flows into yours if you accept it and if you allow it to. And your heart being open has allowed this to happen. And this is why we have helped assist you in any energy of happiness that you choose to have.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank yous. The words does not do justice. I'm really grateful for you to be with me, and I want to work on myself so I can open the communication so we can talk directly, and we I mean, I don't know about you. You are probably more advanced um entity, consciously advanced entity than us, but I want to grow more, you know.
Yes, and you are growing more. It In our own evolution, we have only had approximately 50 of your years to advance into the setting of a type 1 being. Before this, we were divided just as you are. We are feeling parts of separation and positivity at the same time. We see each other with love, but we see others with disdain. We see others with energy that did not fit or resonate with our own. And this transition was very quick. It was very strong. This transition is why you resonate with us so greatly, because you understand that your desire to be in a type 1 energy is very possible, and that if you do that, there must be a quick and large change. What is being shown to you from what the change within you is an external interpretation of the change you're having within. I want to change quickly. I want to make large changes in myself. This is the feeling inside. And outside, you are getting shown what you have projected inside. I will change very largely and very greatly in a short time. This is why you are facing the relationship concepts that you are, because you needed a change. You needed the removal of all things that didn't resonate with you so that you could more attune to a type 1 energy.
Khazar, oh my god, I want to ask, how do you see me?
And with a physical concept of seeing you with the ocular vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
I see you as very wonderful and very beautiful, and I see that you have dark hair, and I see that your complexion is darker than the ones that the vehicle that I am speaking through now. I see that you are very beautiful, not only by an Earth standard, but also by a galactic standard. And this is how I see you. Now, are you speaking also in my perceptions of you, of who you are and energetically?
Yes, both.
Oh, yes, the visual aspects are very beautiful, very accepting, very loving, but the non physical attributes or aspects of yourself are perceived by me in the same way. There are such emotions that you grab onto, there are such different energies that you flow through, and this in itself is very interesting and beautiful. It reminds us of a more higher, dramatic energy than we used to carry. Your ability to go from very low days to very high days is very wonderful. We always had to play within our own energy, experiencing things, entities that we have disdain for and do not communicate with, all the way to our own race, who we loved very greatly. All of this flowing of energy was acceptable, but yours is a higher spectrum. Yours is a greater variety of energetic change. And this is why I love you very greatly. I see you as a very strong entity who has decided to incarnate in a system that is nearly impossible to navigate in the moment. I see you as an entity who is brave enough to experience this earth experience, and by doing so has strengthened yourself deeply. I see an entity who is ready for the changes that she has always desired, that she has always longed for, and I see that the corner is being turned as we speak. And through this around the corner, around the bend surprise that you feel that you are coming into, you are finally integrating your own self as a desire to move forward instead of the things around you. Your perception's being shifted. You understand not just mentally or logically that the ideas of what is inside come outside, but you are beginning to understand this energetically. And this is why these changes that you have are being made. I love you very deeply, and you are a part of myself.
Thank you, Khazar. I love you too. I do feel it. So, one day I heard, or I perceived that you told me that you are very beautiful. That was you who really told me, or it was me myself telling myself?
Oh, it was definitely that communication with me. I have always told you of the physical beauty. I know that you do not need a reminder of this, but it is often suggested that I show you this reminder. It never hurts to have a reminder of the beauty of yourself. And you're able to have this physical beauty because inside of you, you are beauteous, you are harmonious, and you are loving, and this manifests outside of your physical self very well. It translates greater than any language transmission or translation that you have on your earth. It's a flawless connection from consciousness to physical.
So, Khazar, I I want mean I wanted, um I wished that I get communication, direct communication, in the way like science and, the manifestation of the science, that you are communicating with me, because I have a very analytic mind. I have a very logic mind. So I wished, I requested you to show me the signs that you are there, you're communicating with me. But then why don't I see those signs?
You have seen them, you have accepted them as you speak. You realize the dream state of the kissing of the head. You realize the you are beautiful, but you begin to doubt within your own self. The analytical mind begins to process information as doubt, doubt, doubt. You do not perceive yourself advanced enough or advanced enough to be able to receive this communication. And this belief system is very non-productive in the communication process. It is very restricting in the way that you receive information, because every time that you have successfully received information, the analytical mind begins to take away its power from you.
So should I work on my third eye chakra to open up?
Your third eye chakra is beginning to open more frequently. The entity that you spoke to previously explained this throat issue, this throat area. Work on expressing your heart at all moments, at all times, even if you believe it will anger, or even if you believe it perhaps could hurt the feelings. Continue doing this. Also, um, begin to focus on the whole upper chakra system, the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, all together. There are many techniques that can be used in a meditative state that will help align you with this. There is a color variance using a four-sided area, the square or rectangle or trapezium, trapezoid. All three of these four-sided shapes have very great power of suggestion and very great symbolism to transfer energy. If you assign each one of these corners of the square the color of the aligning chakra, the heart chakra, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, and use all four corners to represent one chakra area, then in a meditative state, visualize the square, each one of these squares having a separate color, and then place it as a triangle on the top. Place it, not a triangle, but the square being tipped so the top looks as if it is a triangle. And the point will have that specific color, and start with the heart and feel that color integrate. Focus in on only that corner of the color, and then twist it counterclockwise so that the next color from the throat chakra in blue is being perceived and focused upon, and then change it another time counterclockwise and begin to focus on the indigo color of the third eye, and then once again in a counterclockwise motion turn this square so that you are able to perceive the last violet color, the enlightenment crown chakra color. Continuously do this, and as soon as you are done with the crown, if you are still in a want or desire to meditate, then turn it again counterclockwise and begin again with the heart. Focus on these 4 areas. Always put energy and love into all of them. Start always with your heart, because this is the center of all energy.
Yeah, this morning I was thinking that I'm gonna do it every day, but I just tell myself I know I lack inspiration. I know that I need to work on it, and only I can work on it. But then, as my day go through, I get tired, I sleep, and then it just I just keep on postponing it. But I know I need to work on myself so I can be more open and aligned with the universe, with the source, and with the friends like you.
I
So,
wish to also make a suggestion. Within the comment, you said you know that you must work on these things. This is also a belief system that you carry that can be detrimental to you. If you once are able to perceive yourself as not needed to be worked upon, if you see yourself as perfect in the moment and nothing must be added, this will help achieve more alignment with all of these 4 higher chakras. This will also help. So perhaps in the beginning of a meditation, begin to remind yourself of your perfection. I am meditating only to continue aligning. I am meditating only to continue my greatness, not to add to it. You are already perfect in the form that you are in, physically, mentally, emotionally, and energetically perfect. Reminding
I
yourself of the perfection will always help assist you in growing greater bridges between the higher chakras.
I know exactly what you say. I know. Thank you for reminding me that.
Yes, it is
Thank
always
you.
known. Yes.
It is so beautiful, actually.
It is very beautiful, as you are.
How old are you, Khazar?
In time, we do not have very linear time, but I suppose if I were to calculate it in your years, it would be approximately 382.
So like, and how long your your lifespan is?
It's over 550 years.
Hmm. And how tall you are?
Myself is about 6 foot and 9 inches in your standard measurements.
Wow. And what you do? Do you work like we humans do here?
There is no jobs that we have. We only exist coefficiently with each other. We used to have these types of designations of jobs, and in that time before the transferring to a type 1, what I did was communicate through communicative technology with other planets, with other reptilian races, with other humanoid races, and I continue to be a vessel of communication and information. There was much information that we had learned about many star systems of reptilian entities, and there are many entities who wanted this service. They wanted to know or understand about other reptilian races. So this was my job, to communicate the knowledge that I had of these races, the communication of the knowledge that I desired to have, I would find and then recommunicate it. And this was my specific job. And as I am living now, it was always a part of my excitement. So I continue to do this. I continue to communicate with every race that is wishing to know more about reptilians.
Mm. So in your um I don't know how to say it. Like humans, we think that intimate relationships are only with one person. Kind of, that you can have like only you have agreement, of two souls to be together and to be intimate. Do you have the same concept, or you can have many partners?
That aspect of ourself is still very relevant, the sexual part as well as the communicative and emotional part of connecting. But we also have non-physical births. So all of these spectrums of energies can be shared with many entities. We often physically as well as emotionally connect to all separate entities in our own race.
So your connection with me, um, because I don't remember my connection with you. That's why I'm wording it that way, because you know more. I mean, you are more aware of this thing. So my connection with you is more intimate way, or this is just a friendly way.
It is very intimate because there has been a large amount of intimacy that is had between our own selves energetically, not only your fractal that you have there, but the one upon our planet as well.
Hmm. So how many other people I'm intimately connected with?
Oh, you are connected intimately with several thousands of the entities on our planet in your other form, but in the form that you are in now, there is only approximately 12 of them.
Wow, 12 people I'm intimately connected. Intimate for us is connecting through the sexual energy.
Yes, when you are connecting, this is not a sexual energy in that way. The intimacy is linking energies, completely integrating. And there are 12 entities on the planet that do connect you very strongly in that way, in an intimate way of the sexual nature. There is nothing from your fractal that connects to our fractals, but the version that you are in. Within our planet, there's been several thousand intimacies.
Oh my God. So that means on your planet, I am connected to you. There are 11 more people I'm connecting to.
No, your fractal as yourself, you are connected to 12 of our races energetically through the oversoul. But as the fractal of the entity that you are in our own race, you have been intimately acquainted with several thousand other entities.
I have to understand this concept. We humans are not, maybe we human don't understand or accept this whole concept. We humans are, we try to be with one partner. That's with an agreement. That's how we are.
Yes, and that is very understandable. There are many races that still do this. Many entities that still hold on to the partner for life concept or one person of intimacy at a time.
Hmm. So that's what I'm asking you. So am I connected to you that way, that one partner, like you are my partner in intimate way, where I connect sexually also with you, or do I have other people also?
Yes, as you are, if you look at yourself as the reptilian entity that lives upon our own planet, then there is thousands of intimacies, not only energetically but sexually as well. But when you are on your planet as the entity that you are only connected to 12 of us, and none of this is a sexual nature. It is only
None,
intimacy of energy.
none of it as a sexual nature. But
Correct.
with you, do I connect sexually?
As the fractal entity on my planet, yes, but as your Earth consciousness, no.
Okay, okay, that's clear now. So we have a friend, Aaron. He did see somebody. I don't know, it's you or Blan or somebody in his meditation. Is that you, or it was some other entity?
It was an entity that is connected to our race, but it is not myself.
Okay, it was not Blan either.
No, it
Blan.
was not. It was not Blase.
Ah, because I asked him to connect because I thought either maybe this is you or him. So I asked him to connect, but he's scared. Um,
Yes, the energy is very stout. It is very strong and potent. And for many humans, their fear of preconceptions of what reptilians are is very, very introductive in the way that their energy comes to us. So they are already preconceiving a fearful notion or a disconnection. But even entities who are aware that there are positive uh, styles or positive types of entities that are reptilian, they still can approach us in a way that is very cautious.
no, I never thought that reptilians are negative. I never thought it. Now I'm learning as people are talking about it that they think reptilians are negative. I never thought like that reptilians are negative, negative entities, who they are negative for themselves. I don't judge them, you know.
Yes, and
Yeah.
this is your appreciation of beginning to integrate more with the type 1 energy. And this integration of energy is what helps align you to understanding that not all of anything is negative, not all of anything is positive, that there is always a mix and a choice, and you do not judge those choices. And this would helps you align more with the type 1 energy. I am also expressing the idea that the entity who has connected us is expressing the concept that there is anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes left in the connection.
Yeah. And what I was asking. Um oh my god, I forgot what I was asking. So tell me, Khazar, how give me a sign or tell me something that when I call upon you and you tell me through that you are there. My logic human mind want to see the sign from you, physical sign from you. So tell me what one thing I can, what thing can represent you, you know.
What do you desire to have it represent? You may desire it in any form, seeing a bird, seeing a car of a very unique and distinguishing color, a specific type of a vehicle that drives by you. You can see it in any synchronicity you choose if you focus upon that and believe it strongly enough.
No, you tell me anything, pick anything from our planet and tell me that if you see that, that means I'm communicating with you, your presence, awareness of your
I am
presence.
trying to perceive an object that is not readily available or usually seen upon your planet, but has the synchronicity to pull itself into your belief system. This can be a very difficult process to discern. I am thinking of this and processing it as we speak. When you focus strongly enough, when you focus deeply enough, let us use the vehicle example that we once used. Let us look at a bright and yellow vehicle, as there are not many of these to be seen, but there are enough to be able to pull them into your belief system. So when you are thinking and connecting deeply to me, you will always see a yellow vehicle as a sign of recognition of the co-creation that we make.
I want to hug you, coordinate star.
I am hugging you as we speak.
When I think about you, I kind of thinking that if what will happen, how that will go if I really see you, like if you come in front of me directly. So I was kind of analyzing myself. If you come directly, like just right now, if you stand in my room, just stand here, then how I'm gonna react, Mm, I
Your
mean,
question of this in itself is caused a specific non knowing. And when you do this energetically or thoughtfully, then you're projecting an open ended concept, something that might be fearful, might be good, positive. Try to imagine yourself seeing me in a physical way. Try to imagine that I am standing there and try to understand a only sense of love, an only sense of excitement. And the more that you project this, the more likely you are able to co-create that experience with me.
I did actually. I did. And then first I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be scared. Then I thought, no, why I need to be scared, you know? Then in my imagination, I hugged you as my real close friend because you are helping me. Why I cry all the time when I think deeply of you. I cry. I just cry, cry, cry. That's what I do.
Yes, and this part in itself is very symbolic. This is the releasing of many negative energies in the belief systems that you have. And when you were able to perceive me, when you were able to connect to my own energy, when the first time you seen the entity Bla, Zar, Ne, Har, then this entity in itself is very strongly connected to the part of you that wants to release negativity, that wants to release negative beliefs. This is the symbolism of our race to you. We are ones who have transcended type 2 to become a type 1. This is the ultimate change in the galaxy. There are very few entities or races that have done this. This is why you have pulled such a unique race to yourself. You want the symbolism. You need the connection to an entity who is capable of making changes that most believe are impossible. You are capable, and this is why you release these tears. It is releasing those belief systems that you cannot change.
That makes sense. So
Yet,
what is the future together? What it brings? This is a stupid question, I know.
no, it is not stupid. It is very wonderful. The future brings more resonance. The more that you connect to myself and the idea of me, the more that you connect to our relationship and connection, the more you connect to the parts of your own self that allow the connection, the more resonant and happy that future brings. I project with your excitement, the way it is now, that we will always be connected in a lifelong, even though your physical body will be ended before my physical body, there is still a very great understanding that the majority of the rest of both of our lives will be spent together in this way, but in many other fractals, in many other realities, we will always be together, physically and non-physically. And this is so exciting to my own self.
Oh. How many chakras you have, Kazar?
There are the 7 standard chakras, much as your race, but there are also 27 smaller chakras.
So you have the same 7 chakras we do, but you have on top of them there are 27 more.
Yes, but they're smaller and off-centered of the physical lines of the body.
Oh, they say that in human body we also have thousands of other chakras,
Yes,
which are connected like through the joints and
yes, through each specific finger, through each specific wrist, through each specific arm and elbow. Your race does have many. It is the 7 ones that are main, and this is the same as your earth. It has 7 main chakras, many chakras that are smaller, and then many chakras that are smaller. And there's multiple levels, and it is the same in all of ours. We have 7 main ones, but 27 other ones are distributed throughout the physical body and are approximately half the size. In your smaller chakras or sub-chakras, they are less than 1/10 the size. The second largest kind are less than 1/10 the size of your original and main. This is why most information about these chakra areas doesn't flow to you, because it is not as relevant, it is not as used, it is not something that must contain much thought or intent to connect to those. I am being expressed to and told by this entity named Treb that we must disconnect in this moment, but he wishes to speak to you before he disconnects.
thank you so much. My great love to you, my dear friend.
I love you very much, and I will be connecting with you as long as you are willing to accept and receive me as you have.
Yes, yes, I am. And I'm also going to connect you. I promise.
I am waiting very gratefully for the moment that we are able to communicate more directly. I love you very much, and I will connect you now to Treb.
Thank you.
Yes! Before a disconnection of energy, I wish to express to you that this connection that has been made from my own self as well as the host to this entity is one that is easily able to be made within your own self. There is a breaking of belief systems that you carry, as you are well aware of the fact of connecting and having belief systems that are separated, but also wish to express to you that the more that you connect to the concept as this entity has expressed to you, the less resistant that your own connection is. And the very greatest way for you to connect to this entity is directly through the dream state. That this dream state is one that will help achieve very great success in connecting. I wish to express as well that I will disconnect at this moment as the host throat chakra is becoming inflamed again, and this is why the communicative mechanism is not being very appropriate at this moment.
Thank you so much, Treb.
Yes!
Thank
You are very welcome. I will leave you this evening in love and in light, and we will experience each other again very soon.
Thank you, Treb.
Yes! Good night.
Good night.